Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Satgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, and welcome to the moment we've been waiting for, tonight's Ask the Avatar session. If you heard my introduction tonight, you heard me mention that I'm more nervous today than I was the day I myself asked the Avatar, because the two sweet daughters who are about to interview their Appan. You might be wondering, who are these two sweet daughters of Swamiji? They're none other than Ma Nitya Bhairavikananda Swami and Ma Nitya Bhakti Priyananda. You can tell they're the favorite sisters of the Adinam. Again, that's Ma Nitya Bhairavikananda Swami and Ma Nitya Bhakti Priyananda. Please sit. Ma Nitya Bhairavikananda Swami was born on the 4th of January 1992 in Bhandup, Mumbai. Her pre-monastic family is a very traditional and orthodox Brahmin family. Right from the food to the dressing, right from food, clothing, and lifestyle, everything they did had the Tamil Brahmin touch. Her childhood was all about going to the temple with her grandma, chanting stotras, and learning to do simple puja and arati. She was very naughty by nature. Her cousins and parents have told her stories of how naughty she used to be, biting, beating, and making fun of people. Yet in school, she was among the top 10 rankers in academics and won lots of prizes in extracurricular activities like elocution competitions, drawing, running, dancing, singing, and badminton. She always used to be a part of all the events in the school and was the favorite student for many of her teachers, as well as her school principal. Her school was like her second home. Yet she always felt there's something missing and wondered, is there nothing more than this in life? Everyone goes to school, goes to college, then they break up, go to work, or set up a business. They get married to the same or to one another person, a child is born, and again the same cycle continues. Her favorite word in life then, before knowing Swamiji, was, "I'm feeling bored, nothing is interesting." She used to nag her pre-monastic parents, saying, the worst part of her life happened when she had severe back pain one night and severe palpitations. She couldn't sleep because of the palpitations, they were so loud. Her family took her to the doctor, but no solution could be found. With a backache, she was bedridden for a day, and by the time it was evening, she started singing Aigiri Nandini Stotram, as she did every evening for Devi, and as she finished singing, her backache was gone. Even still, the fear of these two conditions remained in her. After her pre-monastic father attended a 2-day program called Ananda Spurana, which made him feel immediately better from his asthma. He was telling her she could cure herself by attending the program, but she said, "No, I don't want to attend any meditation program." He said, "If you like it, you can attend, or if you don't like it, you can come back." To which she said, "Okay." Her father will never persist in something if he's not convinced. So his persistence was enough. She knew it was something really good and decided, let me try. On the day of the program, in the registrations, all she could do was keep giggling, making noise. Everyone was silent and getting ready for the class, but there she was giggling away. She really loved the class as it was giving lots of answers to her unanswered questions. Why things are the way they are. She was very happy, and lots of her boredom and sorrow immediately disappeared. She loved to volunteer and loved watching Swamiji's videos, and was always waiting for the next time she could see Swamiji. Finally, on the 12th of September 2009, at 7:45 p.m., she saw Swamiji physically. Tears were rolling from her eyes. She wasn't crying, but she couldn't stop crying. She wanted to ask that day in Darshan to be a Jivan Mukta. That's what she wanted in her life at that stage. And as she asked to be a Jivan Mukta, Swamiji replied, "I'll be with you." She fell at Swamiji's feet, and while getting up, Swamiji said, "You will be a Jivan Mukta." She was on cloud 9, too happy, but wanted to see Swamiji again, spend more time with him, so her family booked tickets to NSP in Salem. Now in NSP, she was waiting to see Swamiji. Everyone lined up. It was time for Swamiji to come. The song started. She saw Swamiji walking in. Her eyes, her whole being, just hooked into him. It was like she had hearts for eyes. She loved the way Swamiji loved the brahmacharinis, the monastic members of his Sangha especially, and saw how happy they were. She wanted so badly to be one of them, but alas, she was only 17. Then again, Swamiji came to Mumbai for Kalpataru program. This time, Bhairavika Swami's family got the blessing to organize the program from scratch. They prepared the hall, called the participants, arranged the accommodation, and everything. The moment Swamiji arrived in the hall, he called all the volunteers who were organizing the program. She was so happy Swamiji called her his child, and that she will be there in the ashram very soon. From then on, every vacation, every small holiday, she used to come to the Adinam to see Swamiji. The worst for her was one day when Swamiji said he would step down and he was going to live a life of seclusion. She was so scared that she wouldn't see Swamiji again, but somewhere in her, she knew Swamiji will come back. That day when he did return, she booked her tickets and came to see him. Then she was coming for Darshan, BSP, Healer's Initiation, any programs she could attend. Finally, on the day of her final exams in her last year of school, she booked her tickets to Madurai, where Swamiji was then taking care of Madurai Adinam. She decided to come for 26 days, then returned to the north only to collect her certificates, and immediately made a U-turn back to the south to stay in the Adinam for good. But she didn't tell anyone in her family that she would never again go back. Now, not only Ma Nitya Bhairavikananda Swami is here, but her whole family stay here as Adinavasis. We also have joining her in the gazing club, Ma Nitya Bhakti Priyananda. Ma Bhakti Priya was also born in a traditional Brahmin family, only in her case in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, on the 11th January 1989. She lived at an Air Force Station campus in Assam till the age of 5, then moved to Agra, where her family started her schooling in Kendriya Vidyalaya. From childhood, she enjoyed expressing herself in song. And loved to participate in singing competitions, as well as act in skit theater. Despite a lack of formal training, she won many honors and competitions. Her fondness for art, culture, singing, acting, and dressing in fancy styles of clothing makes it hard to believe that she grew up as a tomboy. She fondly reveals to us that until her 12th standard, many actually believed she was a boy. That's when she decided she better start acting like a girl. She wanted to pursue a career in singing, but as the familiar sad story goes, her father told her to go for something which will give her stability in India. So, like many other youth, she enrolled herself in engineering. After 4 years of post-secondary, she became a software engineer, but soon decided it was way too boring and didn't know what to do next. In the meantime, by late 2009, her brother discovered the path that would bring meaning and sweetness to their entire family's life. he was introduced to His Holiness Bhagwan Paramahamsa Shri Nithyananda, our Swamiji. Bhakti Priya saw one photo and wrote Swamiji off thinking, okay, he's my brother's guru. Finally, in 2011, slowly but surely, she also started to watch daily satsang and heard how she can personally reach Swamiji through a phone opportunity called Dial the Avatar. In April of 2012, for the first time, she came home to Nithyananda Peetham, Bengaluru Adinam, and at last met Swamiji in form. She felt like he loomed over her so huge and with such a heavy presence, and she couldn't stop the tears from pouring. Meanwhile, her brother, Devendra Dubey, who was a priest in the Nithyananda Ohio Peetham for a year and a half, suddenly came back to India and started to continuously, unstoppably enrich Bhakti Priya with Swamiji's teachings, constantly sharing Swamiji's quotes, pictures, videos, and more. By that point in her life, Bhakti Priya had committed herself to an engagement which she started to feel less and less confident in, but in which she felt trapped, as if she had to marry the boy. Then she realized the best thing to do. She prayed to Swamiji to take care and relaxed. That's when she started sitting in Pada Puja with her brother, learning the spiritual routine, and finally becoming an embodiment of her birth. Instead of a westernized tomboy, she became a traditional Hindu girl. Only then her actual journey starts. It was early 2014 with foggy winter weather. Swamiji conducted inner awakening near to her home in Haridwar. Her whole family decided to go for Swamiji's darshan, and finally, she decided Swamiji was also her own guru. She prayed and invoked him and requested he be with her always in the form of a sweet murti of him that she made. Throughout the first satsang, crying heavily without knowing why, she felt the whole hall was watching her when she went to the stage for darshan and wasn't able to hold herself together. The deity she made was about to fall to the ground, but Swamiji himself caught it with both hands and said, "I will always reside in this deity." She was on cloud 9. Thus began her beautiful journey with her Appan. He became father, mother, brother, sister, best buddy, and everything for her. In 2015, her life saw a dramatic twist, this time in the form of an arranged marriage. She was working as a fashion designer in Delhi, took blessings from Swamiji, and got engaged in May. That's when she was diagnosed with a rare form of tuberculosis in her windpipe. Doctors said they couldn't do anything about it, and she would likely have to take medication for the rest of her life. When informed, Swamiji just said, "Don't worry, I'll take care of you. If you come here, I will heal you." After a year, an opportunity presented itself for her to volunteer in Varanasi. She asked Swamiji, and he replied, "Dear, your request is in front of me. All of you can come and be blessed." She told everyone Swamiji was going to heal her, including her mother-in-law-to-be, who tried making a plan B, thinking only of medicines and doctors. To that, Bhakti Priya replied, "Don't you ever challenge my guru. I will be healed and stop the medicine." When she saw Swamiji in Varanasi, she cried and cried and cried. And he said, "Dear," which made her burst out crying even more, wailing that she doesn't want to leave him, that she wants to be with him forever. Swamiji smiled beautifully. One day, Swamiji called her on stage and asked, "Tell me exactly what you want. I will make it into reality." The only word in her being burst out, "You." He said, "All right, things are in my control now. I will make what you want into reality." With the courage and strength of knowing Swamiji is her father, she completed with the boy whom she was supposed to marry, decided home would never again be the home in which she was born, and after Swamiji miraculously cured her tuberculosis in a way that doctors themselves could not even imagine except that they themselves made and saw the x-rays, She came straight to the Adinam. Now, every aspect of life is fulfilled with Swamiji, and that fulfillment is expanding and expanding and expanding. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam. This is a short intro about our dad, Swamiji.
Swamiji.
Our dad is the most compassionate, most loving, most caring on this planet.
In this
And
universe.
In this universe.
Yes. So,
Thank you very much, Swamiji.
hey, first of all, thank you, Swamiji, for being so patient with, I think, both of us and with all of us. It's been so many years. You have been patient with us and taking care of us and giving so much of love. We are so grateful to you. Thank you, Swamiji.
Love you, Swamiji.
Love you, Swamiji. Thank you. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुगधं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं
द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि.
नित्यानन्देश्वर सदाशिवसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि आदिशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Whatever you saw in last half an hour, that is what is my whole life. That is what is going on in the palace 24 hours.
We have a very special gift for Swamiji. We both have made one anklet for Swamiji, so we wanted to offer it to Swamiji. Literally, I don't have any questions, Swamiji.
See, fundamentally they are saying they don't have question. So this is what is their Ask the Avatar interview now. Come on.
Swamiji, as an avatar, how does it feel to be a dad?
To be?
A dad.
Aha. Now she is a, I tell you, this statement I am really making very sincerely. She is a real daughter. Till now, not even once she has thrown tantrum with me. All tantrum is only with others, with her mother, with her father, with her brother, with other Adinavasis few, but never ever with me. See, I tell you, many things I am saying now matches for both. Actually, that is the reason I gave time for both. Maybe only one or two temperament are different, but many things I say. First thing, I'll tell you a beautiful story from a Zen monastery. For quite a long time I have never spoken Zen, especially after I started speaking on Shaivism and Jnana Sambandhar. Did not touch Buddhism and Zen. One story. There was one Zen monastery and an enlightened master. One kid was gifted to him by the family to be brought up by the master. In all Indian monasteries, whether Hindu or Buddhist or Jain monasteries, there is a tradition the family will gift the kids to the monastery and the kids will grow up there and they will become sannyasis or heads and mahants of the monastery. It's a tradition. And a child was given to monastery. The baby was growing. He was growing and very naughty. That master had the habit, kind of a body language, for everything he'll just say like this. Win. This is his body language. If you ask a question, he will answer and show the hands like that, thumbs up. So it was his body language. And slowly, some of the monks in the monastery, they used to tease the master and make fun, showing the same thumbs up. This kid also picked up that. And he will stand behind the master and tease him exactly like that. It was going on. One day, suddenly master picked up the sword, cut the thumb. When the kid was teasing, when he was imitating and playing very jovially, he just cut the thumb. Understand, the kid was established in the cognition, whatever my master does, it will be only good for me. That extreme surrender, connection, that extreme complete cognition of that love, surrender, devotion, not even 1 second he allowed doubt, fear, insecurity, suffering, pain or torture. Understand, when your body parts are cut, all your logic goes into air and you freak out. All your logic will go into air. But the child was established in such profound cognition, surrender to the master, the connection with the master. Along with that finger, ego also fell, he became enlightened. Then the other disciples asked, yes, he became enlightened, great. But what about the thumb? He lost the thumb. He said, even losing janmas is okay for enlightenment. What is just ordinary thumb? Of course, he uses his powers and puts the thumb back and heals and he becomes all right. It's a real story happened. Not only he got healed and it became all right. See, in this whole story, the foundation is doubtless, utter trusting cognition. Even if the kid had for a second, oh God, why did he cut my thumb? After all, I was teasing. Gone. And then next thought, no. If he has cut, it will be only good. Who knows? Then last, over. Then there's no way, there's no possibility for enlightenment. And doubting, even one thought was not crossing his very psychology. Because of that, his physiology was not feeling the pain. Understand? Only when your psychology feels suffering, conflict, something wrong has been done to you, something unfair, injustice done to you, your physiology can even feel pain. Understand? It is law of life. If your psychology does not feel something unfair, injustice, wrong has been done to you, your physiology cannot feel pain. It cannot feel pain. I can give you 1,000 instances. If you are forced to walk, how you feel? And you go on trekking, how you feel? Both are same action. If you are feeling, if you are given an understanding you are violated, even one slap, so much pain. But you don't feel that how these guys beat each other, these kids, and when they are playing. They drag each other, pull each other in kabaddi or that kind of games. When they run, why they don't feel pain? When they feel violated, even one slap, they sit and cry for hours, and that becomes a wound in the body, in the mind, in the system, for even years sometime. But when you don't feel violated, pulling, pushing, beating, rolling on each other, running and chasing each other, all that doesn't feel as pain. Fundamentally, if you feel some injustice is done to you, something wrong has been done to you, you have been wronged. Only then, only if your psychology feels suffering, your physiology will feel pain. Even your physical wound cannot generate pain. If your psychology is not suffering, your physiology cannot feel pain. It's fundamental law of life. It is fundamental law of life. The child, even for a second, did not feel he has been wronged. He has been wronged. Something was done to him which was wrong, which was not right. Some injustice has been done to him. He did not feel that. That tremendous surrender, that tremendous commitment towards the Guru-disciple relationship, that tremendous feeling connection with the Guru-disciple relationship, in that 1 second, along with the finger, ego also fell, he became enlightened. Whatever I do, I will not wrong for them. I will not do something injustice for them. I will do only good for them. Understand? If you feel this kind of a completion even with one person, you know how to feel that with the whole universe. Understand? Even if this one door opens and you see the sun rays, you know how to search and reach the sun. Understand, when as long as you are feeling you are in a body, certain things invoke certain emotions, feelings, feeling connection, understanding. Why the temple and deity, at least with one object, you feel the divine pulsating, vibrant, alive. So you know how to multiply that everywhere. Let the infinity be felt in one, so then you know how to feel the infinity. That is the reason Guru Bhakti is also highly recommended in our Hindu tradition. So, with one person, if you vibrate with the trust, you just know how to replicate, multiply with the whole universe. Trust is, after all, quintessence of your knowledge about you, life, and universe. Understand? Like a ghee is the essence of milk. The pure trust is the essence of all your cognitions about you, about life, about universe, about God, about humanity. If somewhere your trust is not flowered, means your cognitions have not been matured. If you have a matured cognition about you, matured cognition about God, matured cognition about universe, matured cognition about humanity, matured conversations with life, the trust will be such. Just few days before I was telling, gratitude will be the fundamental, operational foundation. Blessed are those who can experience this kind of the carefree trust, at least with one person in their life. And blessed are those who can replicate that with the whole universe. Understand? If you experience that surrender and trust with one person, you are disciple. If you experience that with the universe, you are enlightened being. If you are established in that, even when you are attacked, you are incarnation. Fundamentally, the cognitions you have about life positiveness, trust, makes you breathe. Bhakti Priya was telling, in her introduction, they read out that she had a tuberculosis in her windpipe and it got healed. It's a very funny incident. She came and said, doctors are telling for her whole life she has to take medicine, nothing can be done. I said, get the report. And then I said, now you will have a bleeding and this whole tuberculosis will leave your system. Come back after 48 hours. And of course, she had that same experience, and when she came back, I said, now go and check with the doctor. Doctors are shocked seeing the report. Hey, what have you done? Suddenly the tuberculosis is not there. It is just not there. Absolutely not there. And then she asked me, shall I stop the medication? I said, I don't intervene in the medication, you ask the doctors. They said, why will you take medicines after this now? That's it. Understand? Trust makes lungs breathe. I just made her lungs trust me that I am available for her as her own extension. If her lungs are not capable, I'll give my lungs as her extension. That's it. When the trust flowers, disease melts down. Once the disease has melted down, her own lungs have started working. That's all. All the healing I do is nothing but organ transplantation for half an hour. It's not that I give forever. I tell that organ, hey, even if you feel you are overloaded, I am here to shoulder. When the trust happens, a new energy enters the life. New energy enters the life. And automatically system is healed. System gets healed. I can say that trust is the essence of spiritual life. That feeling connection. It's a restful awareness. At least you guys see me day in and day out, month in and month out, and year in and years together. I saw him only 9.5 months. But he is so grounded in me and I am so grounded in him. I just know I am he is me. I should say that trust is the essence. Seeing that trust and connecting with it, celebrating it, is what I do as an incarnation who is playing the role as dad. Bhairavi asked how it feels being an incarnation and a dad. That trust, I'll tell you precisely who is the right daughter. If you feel the same trust you have with your mother, with your daughter is right daughter, you are right father. That's it. That is why in Sanskrit, Ma is the same word for mother and daughter both. In Bengali also, Ma is the same word for mother and daughter both. It's a very important definition which I am giving. As an incarnation, I generate that trust in the disciple. As a dad, I instruct and operate through the disciple. An ordinary dad cannot generate. An incarnation cannot operate. An incarnation generates, dad operates. Sadashiva is source, Nithyananda is resource. As Sadashiva, I generate that trust. As Nithyananda, I operate that trust.
Swamiji, whenever, like, you have millions of followers, the moment anybody sees you, they just fall in love with you. But even after that, why, I mean, if they're in love with you, they just come to you, like the person who we love, we just come. And why even they have this kind of silly excuses that, oh, this problem, that problem. But even after that, Swamiji holds such a huge, tremendous love. It's like each and every person feels...
Understand, the intensity with which they fall in love with me, with more intensity they have fallen in love with their problems. So, understand, with whatever you fall in love, that will look bright reality in front of you. For example, for light, if you give few volt current, it will be bright only that much. If you give few 100-volt current, it will be bright that much. For anything you give your love, that will be brightly shining in your life. So what, maybe they have fallen in love with their problems more than their intensity, with more intensity they have fallen in love with their problem than the intensity with which they have fallen in love with me. Understand? Life is essentialism. Fundamentally, understand this word, new keyword I am introducing. Essentialism. Life is all about essentialism. What is the essence I consider as life? What is the essence of life I consider? What we consider as essence of life, we make that into reality. If you consider me as the essence, means if you are so much feeling connection and in love, me as the essence of your life, you will make me as your reality. Or if you consider your problems are the essence of your life, that keeps you engaged, occupied, gives you a feel-good feeling, and conflicts and struggles gives you ego boosting. See how much I am facing. Anybody else in my place would have been long before gone mad. You still think you are not? Now we try to boast our ego, build our ego with these false blind spots. It is like with cancerous tumors, you try to build an organ. No. Organ cannot be built with cancerous tumors. With the blind spots, you cannot build identity. With ego, you cannot build identity. when people try to build their identity based on, oh, so much suffering, and that gives them the ego boost. They make suffering as their lifestyle, thought current, and way they cognize and operate. And that only becomes their reality. Understand? With whatever you fall in love, you manifest that as your reality. That's it. You fall in love with the problems, you will manifest problems here also.
What would Swamiji like to tell all his daughters?
What?
Message for all your daughters, Swamiji.
When you are my daughter, there is no message for you. I can only text, love you. Message is a heavy philosophical word. Texting is the real, that light word which represents that father-daughter relationship. There can never be a messaging between father and daughter. It can only be between husband and wife, married. Messaging can be only between husband and wife. Between father and mother, only texting. I think that tremendous trust which exists between father and the daughter is the text, that is the essence, that is message for the whole world. And that is the message for all the daughters also. Understand, your source itself is your resource for life. For some people, source is different, resource is different. Blessed are my daughters for whom source and resource is one and the same. See, if your source is different and resource is different, you need to be integrated to both. Always there can be conflict. But when you know your source and the resource is one and the same, there cannot be any conflict. There is no conflict. So, my Bahuputris, let you all know your source and resource is one and the same. And men does not need to feel left out. It is general, it is gender neutral. It is not only one gender. Bahuputras and Bahuputris. I cannot say it's only Bahuputris. It's not. Sons are not omitted when I utter the word daughter, and daughters are not omitted when I utter the word son. It is always inclusive. That is why I always want to use the word inheritors. So that solves the whole problem. that solves not just son, daughter, all 11 gender. And plus everything is included. The word inheritors. Understand, all my inheritors, your source and resource, both are one and the same. So rest assured, rest in peace while you are living, you are a Jivan Mukta. You don't need to die to rest in peace. While you are living, you can rest in peace. Next.
Swamiji, from where so much love is there, Swamiji? Like each and every person, how they feel that they are special to you, Swamiji. I mean, where you hold that space that any one of them, if you ask them, they feel like, hey, I am special to Swamiji.
It is one of the biggest business secrets. Say, first thing, you are not a number for me. Even though I ask you constantly to be useful for the humanity, you have no use personally for me. Understand? I am not saying you are useless. All I am trying to tell you, I have nothing to gain personally. There is no vested interest. There is nothing which need to come from outside to complete me. When I do not look at you as a utility, when you are not a number, you are a being for me, I attend to you as a being. Because I attend to you as a being, everyone feels their core is attended. Yes, end of the day, I'm not letting you just be lazying around. I am asking you, pushing you to be useful to the society, some way enrich the world, no doubt. But I have nothing to gain from you. Beautifully Krishna says in the Gita, I work and make everyone work, but I have nothing to gain by my work or others' work. Fundamentally, my cognition is clear. You are not the number for me. You are a being. So I look at you as a being. That is why our whole Sangha structure, I made all the fundamental things needed for a being to flourish. Food, shelter, clothes, spiritual education, everything needed for the survival, housekeeping, medical care, everything I made it into free. I know that, and I have enough patience till your right side wakes up. Understand? I trust your right side, and I know if I relieve you from all the other pressures and stresses, you will enrich the whole world with your fully awakened being, because that is what I did when I was provided everything. When I was provided everything, that's what I did. I trust invoking your right side, means the side of your gratitude. Every human being has both sides. Which side we rub, they are going to demonstrate that side. That's all. If you provide everything and relieve them, from all the survival issues, I know for sure, at the most only few days they will be lazy. But your whole life you can sleep and spend. You think you can't. I know you can't. If I rub your right side, when my right side was rubbed by my gurus, I started enriching the world. So if I rub the right side of you by providing all the best things, you will also start enriching the world. If I look at you as the number, I will work with mathematics. What is investment? What is return? It will all be the whole relationship will be calculator based. The whole relationship will be calculator based, calculation based, binary based. I look at you as a being. That is the reason. Even the fundamental ideas which we are having, first thing, I liberate people from all the survival problems. I relieve you from all the fundamental survival problems. So you can start flower as a being. You can start flowering as beings. If I look at you as number, I'll make you work for your survival needs. I'll tie up the organizational growth and your survival need. No. I tie up only your ability to flower and Sangha growth. I am not, the Sangha's growth is not the chain tied to your legs or your hands. It's a necklace hanging in your neck. Your productivity, creativity, activity has been separated from your fundamental things being attended. I have separated both because I still trust your right side, your good side. It can be provoked, it can be invoked, and just by inspiring, you can be made enriching the world. Understand? Because my fundamental cognition is built on treating you, cognizing you as a being, not as the number. Every single individual feels that they are attended. But I decided this one of the local food, Biddi Tatta Idli and Mysore Pak, sweet. I have decided I am going to make these two as a brand of our Sangha. I am going to popularize these two. Actually, just like Tirupati Laddu, Tirunelveli Alva, and Jagannath Annaprasad, Melakotte Puliyodare. I have decided I'll popularize this Bididi Tatta Idli and Mysore Bag as our temple prasad and officially brand it. When I decided, first thing I did, last few days, I am telling them to get that and tasting it and seeing what is the effect of that in the body. Is there any health hazard? Is everything okay with that? And do we need to add some of the ingredients are correct as per the Bhagashastra of Sadashiva? I am ready to risk me first and test. See, if I just say it's available in the public, and if I declare it as official prasad, who is going to question me? But once I declare and people start taking, I am responsible for that. So I need to be integrated before I declare. In everything, the amount of feeling integrity and responsibility goes, that makes every individual feel they are attended. When the source is the resource, this is the way it works.
Just when you are sharing, when you are telling all the answers, the one thing which was happening inside is, if something kind of resistance was there inside me, it was just melting, and then the only thing was coming is, let me become more responsible.
Understand, when I fell for Arunagiri Yogeshwara, that is what I decided. What can I give him? He has nothing to achieve. He has nothing to gain. Naiva tasya kritenartho na kriteneha kaschana nachasya sarvabhuteshu kaschidartha vyapashraya. Krishna says, certainly he never has any purpose for doing his duty or not doing his duty in this world. He does not depend on any living being. To him there is no end, aim to be achieved by his performing or non-performing, for he does not have the motive of any desire towards the life forms. Understand? He has nothing to gain. What can I offer? Let me just be integrated to him. That's all. So message from me to the daughters is, love you, and the response from you should be, let me be integrated.
Swamiji, from the daughters of Swamiji, we have an invitation for all the daughters to come and join our Swamiji's Daughter Club. That is a very special Facebook page, which is Swamiji's Daughter Club. So for all the daughters, please join this and be a special one whose resource and source is same, Swamiji.
Can we request Swamiji to bless all the daughters who join this club as officially Swamiji's daughters?
Yes, whoever is part of this group, I declare all of you are officially not only my daughters, Bahuputris, favorite inheritors. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, Sadashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.